Holly Static, and welcome to the Holly Static Show. Today there will be a book extract from this week's book, The Chocolate Club by Mary Weeks Millard. So let's get started. This is the extract from The Chocolate Club. Hurry up, Rosanna, Mr. McKindle called out to his daughter. We should be on our way by now to visit Grandma. I'm sure she'll have the dinner ready and be looking out for us. Rosanna sighed. If only Mummy were still alive to help me choose, she thought to herself. Grandma likes me to wear dresses, but I hate them. I'd much rather just wear my jeans and t-shirt. Quickly she pulled a red dress out of her wardrobe and put it over her head. It was a bit tight, but would have to do. At least red was Christmassy. Rosanna quickly brushed her ponytail and grabbed her anorak and ran downstairs to join her dad and brothers in the hall. It was easy for them. They all wore kilts when they visited Grandma McKindle. She was fiercely proud of their Scots heritage. Soon they were in the car, driving out of the city and heading towards their grandmother's house, 30 miles away. Rosanna looked out of the window. She loved the bare winter trees which swayed in the wind. The fields were mostly brown. It didn't look as if there would be a white Christmas this year. She looked at the houses they were passing. So many lit up with Christmas decorations. Her favourites were those which looked like icicles hanging from the roof. They made everything look cheerful, even on a dark, gloomy day. As the eldest, Rosanna was allowed to sit in the front seat next to her dad. Her brothers, Douglas age 8 and Harry age 5, were in the back, separated only by their seat belts. As usual, they were annoying each other. Rosanna glanced at her dad anxiously. She could tell that he was getting cross with her brothers, and a frown was forming over his brow. His hair had turned white over the past few months, making him look old and tired. Be quiet, she shouted to her brothers in her most big sisterly voice. Let Daddy concentrate on his driving. They stopped arguing, not needing Rosanna to say anything more. They were all terrified of the thought of another accident happening almost a year ago. One cold January afternoon, their mum had been collecting Rosanna after her Saturday ballet lesson. When the car had skidded on a patch of black ice and gone out of control and hit a tree. It was a terrible accident, killing their mother in an instant. Rosanna had not been hurt physically, but the shock and trauma of that day had changed all their lives forever. Mr. McKindle sighed deeply. He loved his children so much and did his very best to look after them, but didn't know how to overcome his loss, let alone help the children in theirs, especially Rosanna, who had been with his beloved wife when the accident had happened. Here we are, he announced to his children as he turned into the drive of his mother's house. Just as he had predicted, there she was at the door to welcome them all. Come in, my dear, said Grandma McKindle, beaming all over her face. How good to see you all. How bonny you look. It was warm and bright in Grandma's front room. The Christmas tree stood in the corner with lots of parcels underneath it. There was holly on the mantelpiece and paper chains hung from the ceiling. It looked very festive. Grandma had made an even bigger effort this year, hoping to cheer up her precious family on the first Christmas without their mother. Grandma had a little black Scotty dog called Mac. He was barking with excitement and running from one child to the other to be petted and cuddled. He was so pleased to see them too. Although it was just the middle of December, the family were having an early Christmas together before Grandma went up to Scotland to spend the holiday with her only sister, who was very poorly and unable to travel south to be with them all. She had felt wrong about leaving her son Paul and the 3 children on this first Christmas after the accident, but Paul had insisted they would be fine and that she really should see her sister. Anyway, Mum, he said, Meg's parents are able to come and be with us, and so I will have help cooking the turkey. We won't have to end up eating burgers and chips. Grandma had made a wonderful dinner for them, a real Christmas dinner with all the trimmings, followed by the children's favourite dessert, Gypsy tart. Afterwards, they took Mac out for a long walk through the fields at the back of her house. He was very good at retrieving the ball they threw for him. And as Dad said, it gave Grandma time for 40 winks. Harry wasn't very sure what 40 winks meant, but Douglas told him that it meant a nap. It was amazing that they were all hungry again and ready to eat the delicious tea that had appeared on the table. Afterwards, they sat around the Christmas tree and sang some carols together. Daddy told them the story of the first Christmas, which, even though they knew it very well, they loved to hear it again. Finally, Grandma told them that they could have their presents from her early, since she was going away. First, Harry was given his. It was a very big box, and he could only just manage to hold it in his small hands. "Thank you, Grandma," he said, squealing with delight as he tore the wrapping paper and saw a big Playmobil pirate set. "How did you know that I wanted a pirate ship and wrote asking Father Christmas for one?" Grandma smiled and then winked at her son. "I'm so glad you like it, Harry. Now, Douglas, it's your turn," she said as she bent down to pull out a very long parcel from under the tree. "A skateboard," he shouted in glee. "Oh, Grandma, it's perfect. Just what I wanted. Thank you so much." When he had got over his excitement, it was time for Rosanna to have her gift. Her box was quite big too, and difficult for her to guess what might be inside. Unlike the boy, she took her time to take off the paper carefully. She loved to feel the package and tried to think what it might be. As she opened it, she gasped in delight, seeing the paints, the palette, pencils and paper, everything she needed to become a real artist. Her eyes glowed and then filled with tears of joy as she thanked her grandmother. From a tiny child, she had loved to draw and paint and already knew she wanted to be an artist when she grew up. "There's one small parcel for you, dear," Grandma said, handing her a little package. Inside was a box with chocolate bars. Each one was beautifully wrapped in a cover showing an alpine scene. They were exquisite. Each of the 6 pictures was different. They are too good to eat, declared Rosanna. I shall try to copy the pictures and make paintings of them. They came from Switzerland, and I thought you would like them, said her grandma. I do, Rosanna answered. Thank you so much. She gave her grandma a huge hug, and I love you so much too. We have a parcel for you, she added, and sent Harry to fetch it. Grandma loved gifts chosen for her by the children. Her son had a beautiful photo of the family for her, big enough to hang on the wall. Grandma had also knitted their father a fine Aran sweater, ready for when you take the children to explore the Highlands, she said with a twinkle in her eye. The family all clambered into the car and began their journey home. It had been a happy day. Rosanna was a little sleepy as she sat in front of the car, clutching her painting set and chocolates. On the way, they stopped at the motorway service station, and it was while she was in the loo that Rosanna saw a poster which gave her the big idea. So that was chapter 1 of The Chocolate Club. In this extract, we find out about Rosanna's mum and grandma. What do you think Rosanna's big idea is? I like Rosanna because she is very caring in this book and quickly makes some new friends. Why do you think it's called The Chocolate Club? Please make your suggestions in the comments. There are 3 children in this book so far. What do you think of them? What do you think will happen next? If you like this book, Mary Weeks Millard's other book is called The Secrets of the Hidden Tunnel. Last week, Olivia said that St. Clair's was what she recommended. Please send in your book reviews. Bye, and I hope to see you soon.